On today's episode of Before You Buy, we've got BasicFun's debut competitor to Arcade 1UP's deluxe cabinets with WWE Wrestlefest. Let's get into it. Greetings all and welcome back. So Arcade 1UP's finally getting some real competition that's technically not from the multicade firm like AtGames. BasicFun has been on the fat side of arcade games for years with their handheld series of titles, ranging from safe bets like Pac-Man and Mortal Kombat, despite that being a console game, to more unique ones like WrestleMania and Tetris through their retro mini arcade line. We all heard last year how this company was finally going to take a crack at Arcade 1UP, so I figured they would just play it safe and stick with the IP they already have access to through the minis such as Pac-Man or Mortal Kombat. But to imagine the collective surprise of the community when they decided to not just do an ultra release of Wrestlefest, but also a countertop, and even a bigger one that we'll get into just a little bit later, I was very excited to see how this was all going to go. So with all this long-windedness out of the way, let's move on to the cab details. Coming in at 60.3 inches tall, WWE Wrestlefest comes in 3 formats. The Counter Series, which includes an 8-inch screen and 4 games, the aforementioned Ultra format, which we'll be focusing on today, which contains a 17-inch BOE monitor, which was recently confirmed on a short published by P-Dub's Arcade Loft, along with a light-up marquee, riserless design, and in a very strange move for the price, not including Wi-Fi or a coin door, which is very, very weird for a cabinet like this. It's also set up for 2 players. And finally, we have the Supreme series, which are basically meant to be a competitor with Arcade 1UP's virtually non-existent XL line, which top out at 68 inches, and this particular cabinet features a 4-player layout, a 19-inch screen, and while the Counter Series and Ultra Series are available now, the description will be updated when the Supreme version finds its way out into the world. So with the cab design, not bad. It's basically a black cab with all sorts of wrestlers on it, and characters officially, such as Sergeant Slaughter and Legion of Doom, have both been removed from the game and the cabinet for legal reasons. Otherwise, it's a pretty nice looking cabinet, and I could definitely see how it would be an eye-catcher in an arcade room. So, moving on to the game list for the deluxe version, as that's what this video is about, and apparently the Supreme version may have additional games included down the road, but it's hard to say for sure until we see a listing. First, we have the altered WWE Wrestlefest. They don't call it WWF anymore, since that went away in May 6, 2002 after a lawsuit against the World Wildlife Foundation, I believe. As stated earlier, some characters have been removed from the game, and apparently replacements are supposed to be included, but that remains to be seen. The other games included are WWE Superstars. There have yet to be any news of cuts from that game, the Big Pro Wrestling, Super Dodgeball, and Acrobatic Dogfight. So a pretty varied game list, 5 in currently total, but while the alterations have been like Blitz, caused some people to be turned off from this release, it's important to remember that this is a professionally released product, and unlike fan mods, they kind of have to respect the copyrights and contracts that just aren't available, so it really can't be helped. Otherwise, this isn't a terrible game list for someone who's coming in brand new at least, so I'm hoping this one sells well so we can get more new IP in the future. In terms of Wi-Fi capabilities at the time of recording, the 2025 slate of BasicFun's cabinets are not currently Wi-Fi capable, as they wanted to hammer down the cabinets first. Apparently they are considering doing Wi-Fi later down the line, and there are rumors that they're supposed to have Wi-Fi in the Supreme version, which might tick some people off. But as a disclaimer, I don't know that for sure, and there's a pretty good chance we won't see Wi-Fi for a couple of years from this company. As of recording, WWE Wrestlefest is currently available on Amazon for $599 US, or $499 if you opt to use the coupon. Apparently this is due to seasonal pricing. We're getting close to Christmas after all, even though it's just the start of October. But it's a very convoluted thing, but it's just whatever at this point. If you can go cheaper, it wouldn't be a bad idea, because Amazon can be a little finicky sometimes. But for now, Amazon is currently the only one who has this cabinet available for the pricing in question. WWE Wrestlefest is available now from Amazon and ships within a day of the order, assuming you don't have any card issues. So expect reviews to start popping up very soon. Fun fact, in 2010, a remake titled WWE Wrestlefest, yeah, real original there, featuring both old and new wrestlers, was released on iOS and Android mobile, for reasons not made public. The game has since been discontinued and is no longer available for download. So it begins, with BasicFun finally entering the ring, with this and one other entry we'll be discussing soon. It does give me some hope for Home Arcade's future, but what do you think of WrestleFest coming home in this format? Would you prefer the full roster at the risk of a longer wait, or will you just mod this cabinet to add those who were deleted back in? Leave your thoughts below, and we'll see you all next time. Have a good one. Special thanks to Huey Holmes, David Lane, and Icaro Fantoka, our ConStorm YouTube producers.